I write this in my Red Barn studio, in a converted horse barn in Princeton, New Jersey. This morning, I made a fresh mixture of Nikawa, Japanese hide glue, which smells mildly sweet, and I stirred the glue with malachite pulverized by hand. I will apply this pigment to Japanese komohada paper using a traditional Japanese painting technique called Nihonga to create semi-abstract works. I am preparing for my next exhibits by creating multiple 7-foot by 11-foot works. My art is considered contemporary, but it also is rooted in the ancient history of Japanese aesthetics. I spent more than 6 years in Japan studying the current form of Nihonga as a national scholar. As a Japanese American, I was fortunate to be part of a lineage program based in the mentoring model of Japan's artistry and crafts tradition, fortunate to be invited into the heart of Japanese culture, to be given access to the best inside sources. During this experience, which focused my attention on the great inflection point of Japanese history in the late 16th and early 17th centuries, I discovered the history of Japanese Christianity. My journey of faith took a turn then as well. God took me to Japan, a country of my roots, to become a Christian. Thus, my aesthetic journey overlapped with my faith journey. This book reflects on both those pilgrimages through the lens of my encounter with Shusaku Endo's post-war masterpiece, Silence. The Nihonga process, which flows out of a 1,000-year refinement, overlaps as a metaphor for the journey of faith that is refining me. Malachite and azurite are strikingly beautiful in the form of rock, but to use them for Nihonga, one must pulverize them, shatter them into small prismatic pieces. They are to be layered, sometimes over 60 layers, to create a refractive surface. It is a laborious, slow process. I like to call Nihonga slow art. The layers take time to dry, and in the act of waiting, an image is revealed. Nihonga is, by nature, also a collaborative art form, a generational process of learning and working with craftsfolks who create handmade paper, delicate brushes, and woven silk. Transformative faith is collaborative too, with elements that are communal and also intergenerational. Like precious natural resources, these craft forms of Japanese art are endangered and disappearing from the world today. My art, then, is also a lament for eroding cultural forms and the fragmentation of nature and culture in Japan. The surface of my slow art is prismatic, so at first glance the malachite surface looks green. But if the eye is allowed to linger on the surface, it usually takes 10 minutes for the eye to adjust, the observer can begin to see the rainbow created by layer upon layer of broken shards of minerals. Such a contemplative experience can be a deep sensory journey toward wisdom. Willingness to spend time truly seeing can change how we view the world, moving us away from our fast food culture of superficially scanning what we see and becoming surfeited with images that do not delve below the surface. The term Nihonga was coined during the late Meiji era, 1868 through 1912, to distinguish between the traditional Japanese way of painting and the yoga style based on oil painting techniques of the West. Japanese paintings began with Buddhistic works, including mandala paintings,